Okay, so today I want to talk about the Mercury retrograde cycle because we just ended a Mercury retrograde and we're in its post-shadow period right now. And I just want to talk about what the full cycle of Mercury retrograde is like, and maybe this can give some context to what you experienced in this most recent retrograde. Mercury retrograde is not just 3 weeks of Mercury being retrograde in the sky. There's actually a 2-week shadow period before that happens and then a 2-week post-shadow period that happens after. And so if we think about it like this, we can think about it as kind of like a theme or a story arc. So usually 2 weeks before the retrograde starts, I start to notice what's happening around me, and I start to listen more closely to conversations I'm having. I'm noticing what parts of my life are feeling a little bit more disorganized. I'm thinking about miscommunications that I've had, and I'm also looking at technological things in my life that aren't working how they're supposed to. This is kind of like foreshadowing for what's to come in the retrograde. And then the post-shadow period, I find, is where a lot of these things get resolved, or a lot of these things seem to go away, or they just stop. It's also a great time that if you did have a miscommunication with someone during the retrograde period, to clear up that miscommunication and get back on the same page. For example, I noticed that during the Mercury retrograde, during the 3-week period, my views on my videos actually were a lot less than they typically are. And I wasn't doing anything different. I had the same format that I know works. It was working on previous videos. The content I felt was pretty good. I don't think there was anything wrong with the videos I was making. I was uploading it at different times, and so that might have something to do with it. And there were a couple times where I went 1 or 2 days without uploading a video, and I thought maybe that had something to do with it. But don't you know, a couple days before the retrograde ends, my views start going back up. People start seeing my dang video again. So, I don't know, there's something to it. And so that's my example, but this could look like something else for you. And I think it just helps me get through the retrograde cycles, especially as a Virgo sun, Virgo moon, because they affect me so bad, and they're going to affect any Mercury placement really bad, like Gemini or Virgo. And so thinking about it more like, okay, this is just going to be like a little chapter of my life that I have to deal with. What is the plot? What is the theme? Who are the characters? What's happening? Kind of helps me ground myself and contextualize what this period of my life is going to mean for me. Was this helpful? I hope it was. Tell me about your Mercury retrograde experience. I would love to know.